back to my channel. So if you have watched any of my most recent videos, you will know that I got my hands on a few of the new Essence and Catrice products. Essence and Catrice are both owned by the same company called Nova, and twice a year they update their permanent line. So a few things get discontinued and a lot of new things get added to their permanent line. So I picked up a bunch of these new items, and if you're interested in knowing my first impressions, opinions, I have both the Essence and Catrice video up already, and it will be linked down below if you're interested in seeing those. But those videos are my first impressions reviews, and I have been trying out all of the products more and more over the past couple of weeks, so I can definitely tell you guys my final opinions, if it's worth it or not, and just show you guys everything I picked up in a little haul. Also show you some swatches and what I think about the products, if they're worth it or not. So if you like these kinds of videos and if you love Essence and Catrice, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and let's just go ahead and get on into the haul. Alright, so starting off with Catrice, because I think I picked up more by Essence and Catrice was the first to release their new product, so I'm going to start off with Catrice. Where should we start? I'm going to try and go into order of how I would apply everything on my face. So the first product I picked up is the Catrice lip treatment with shea butter. So this is what it looks like right here, and then this is what it looks like on the inside. By the way, I will have all the info and prices listed on the screen because I don't know it by heart, but it will be listed on the screen. So this is basically a clear lip balm. It smells very lemony, and I really love this lip balm. I think I already featured it in a favorites video, but it is a very thick, like buttery lip balm, and once you warm it up with your fingers, it is a beautiful buttery lip balm that glides onto your lips and moisturizes your lips for like hours and hours. So I really love this lip balm. I wish it would come in a stick because I'm not really a big fan of like going in with my fingers, but nonetheless it is a really good lip treatment and I would highly recommend it. Alright, moving on to primer. I picked up the Catrice Light Correcting Serum Primer. This is in the shade Sunlight. They already had a serum primer in their range, but it didn't have a tint to it. So this one has a slight tint to it and I really like it. I will swatch it right here. But it has a beautiful like sun-kissed glow to it, as you can see. It definitely has a tint, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to people with very pale skin tones. But I personally really enjoy this primer because it adds such a beautiful like sun-kissed effect to my skin that I absolutely love. So if you have a similar skin tone like me or even darker, you would definitely like this. It is beautiful, and it's also a really good base for any makeup you're going to apply on top of it. Alright, I'll have to bust out my makeup wipes. I also picked up a foundation, but this was from their previous assortment update, so this isn't new for their spring and summer collection. I think this was part of their like fall and winter update, but since I was in Canada back then, I didn't have a chance to pick it up, so I picked it up now. And this is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, and I picked up the shade Sand Beige number 30. Now if you love a matte finish that is more on the full coverage side, then you would absolutely love this. I personally love a more hydrating and dewy foundation, but I can still wear it and I still really like it. The only thing is that number 30 is my shade and this is the second to darkest shade. They only have 4 shades, which I think is just unacceptable. So that's the only downside, but I do really like it, and especially for people that have more oily skin, I would definitely recommend this. And they also released highlighter drops. So these are the Galactic highlighter drops in the shade Space Shuttle. So the packaging is identical to the serum primer. I really like these drop type applicators. The only thing is that I'm not really a big fan of these. So I will swatch it right here. So it comes out white, but then once you blend it in, it has like a rose gold sheen to it. But once I blend it in, it almost blends into nothing. So I'm not necessarily a fan of these as like highlighter drops to like highlight your face with, but they are a really good base for underneath your foundation. So if you like a more dewy base, then you would absolutely love these. I just don't think they're like intense enough to use as an actual highlight. So yeah, I am personally not really a big fan of these. However, I do often use them as primer. Just, I don't know, not really a big fan of this. Then I also got 2 Rock Couture liquid liners. I have one in the shade Guns and Rose Gold, and then another in the shade Blue Lit for my Valentine. Now these I absolutely love. These are so much fun. So they're basically like shimmery liquid eyeliners. So this is a beautiful rose gold shade right here. And since I really love this one, I picked up another shade, and this is a more blue tone shade, which I will swatch next to it. So as you can see, these are super pigmented. They're really shimmery and metallic. I love applying them to just add a pop of color on the eyelids, and the formula is really great. They dry down, they don't smudge or budge. I really love these. Then they also came out with the Precious Pigments Loose Eyeshadow, and I picked up the shade Eclipse. I don't like this whatsoever. It's basically like a generic boring brown eyeshadow. So first of all, it's really messy, but I'll try to swatch it right here. So as you guys can see, it's just really sheer. It doesn't really have a lot of like metallicness to it. It's not super shimmery. And since they're so messy to work with, I just don't think they're worth it. It's just like a boring eyeshadow. So you could just use a single eyeshadow. I just think it's not worth the hassle to use this, so not really a big fan of this. Then I also got the Fresh Nude Collection eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. Now this is a beautiful like everyday palette. I don't think the quality is like extremely good or extremely bad. I'm just like, it's okay, you know what I mean? It blends easily, but it's not too like pigmented, if you know what I mean. It's just like a really easy everyday palette. So I will swatch a few shades right now. So as you guys can see, they're pigmented, but once you start blending them, they do blend in together very easily. But they're beautiful shades, and it's just a really easy, effortless palette. So if you're on the go, this is a very nice palette to have. And then I also picked up the Catrice Slimatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, waterproof. So this has a brow pencil on one side, and then you also have a spoolie on the other side. I really like this pencil. The shade is perfect for my eyebrows. It's really easy to use. The only thing is that I go through this so quickly. Like, I think I will have to repurchase this after I use it like 5 times, because it is very like smooth and very waxy, and it tends to break off very easily, so you can't use a lot of pressure. So yeah, I really like it. It's just that you'll go through this so fast, like so fast. But then Catrice also released the Prime and Fine Illuminating Dewy Glow Fixing Spray, which I absolutely love. So I spray this once I'm done with my makeup, and it adds a beautiful like dewy glow to my skin. It sets my makeup beautifully. The only thing is that there's powder on the bottom, so you really have to shake it up. But aside from that, I really love it. If you have oily skin, stay far away from this. But if you have more dry to combination skin, you would absolutely love this. That is if you like a more dewy finish, of course. But I really love this. And of course, I also picked up one of their new lipsticks. So they came out with the MATTLOVER lipstick pens, and I picked up the shade Top It with Cinnamon. Now these remind me a lot of the ColourPop lippy sticks. The formula is very similar. The shape is also very similar, and this is the shade right here, which is a beautiful like vampy lip that would be perfect for the fall time. I don't see myself wearing this a lot during the like spring and summertime, but this is a beautiful like wintry shade, and it has like a soft matte finish. It's not like super matte, but it still has a little bit of like shine to it, but not too much. And then lastly, from Catrice, I picked up 2 nail polishes. Now they reformulated their classic nail polishes, and I'm not sure if these are 2 new shades, but I did pick up 2 shades. So this is Keep Calm and Pink, which is a beautiful like bubblegum pink shade that I absolutely love. Then I also picked up the shade All That Glitters Is Gold, which is a beautiful like rose gold shimmery shade. I will insert a picture of what these look like on my nails, but I absolutely love the formula of these. They're super opaque, they apply really easily, they dry down relatively quickly, and they stay on my nails for about 4 to 5 days, which is really good. So I would highly recommend these nail polishes. The formula is absolutely heavenly. Okay, so I think that's everything I picked up from Catrice. So now moving on to Essence. I got a lot of Essence stuff, like a lot. Let's start with primers. I picked up 2 primers by Essence. So the first one is the Prime Plus Studio HD Hydra Primer Spray with Coconut Water. That was a mouthful, but this is what it looks like, and this is basically a priming spray. The claims reminded me a lot of the Smashbox like primer water, so I thought I would give it a try. I can't compare it to because I don't own the Smashbox one, but I can tell you that I really like this. If I'm in a hurry and I need to get ready very quickly, I just spray this on my face as my primer and I'm good to go. It hydrates my skin. I think it prolongs the wear of my foundation. I find it hard to see that, but it is a really nice base for my foundation. So I have been using this a lot, especially on days where I have to work and get out the door really quickly. This is really good for that. And then I picked up another primer that goes with another foundation that I picked up. So this is the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Primer, Healthy Glow Pore Minimizing Effect. So I posted a dedicated review on both of these products on my channel, which again, it will be linked down below. But if you like more glowy primers, you would absolutely love love this. I don't see any like pore minimizing. I'm wearing it today underneath my foundation, but I don't notice any pore minimizing. However, it provides a beautiful glowy base for my makeup, and it smells really good, and I just have been really loving this primer. It is a really good, like, healthy glow primer. And then to go with that primer, I also picked up the foundation. So this is the Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup Healthy Glow foundation. I'm in the shade 30 Fresh Honey, but again, the shade range sucks on this. This is the second to darkest shade. There are only 4 shades again, so I don't know. That's just, I don't get it. I just don't get how that's still like acceptable. Like, how? No, that's not acceptable whatsoever. The shade range is the only thing I really don't like about this, because the foundation itself I absolutely love. It's the one I'm wearing today, and I just can't stop using it. It has a beautiful, like, natural to dewy finish. I just love this foundation so much. It stays on my skin throughout the entire day. It doesn't look overly dry or overly oily by the end of the day. It's just a beautiful, beautiful foundation. So if you have like dry to combination skin, I would totally recommend this foundation. If you have more oily skin, maybe you could get away with it like in the colder months, like the winter time, maybe the fall time, but during the summertime I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Alright, so then I also picked up a bunch of brushes. This is the packaging right here. These are the brushes I picked up. So Essence came out with an entire new brush range that looks like this. So they have rose gold details, and I just think these brushes look so beautiful. They're a little bit on the shorter side than my usual brushes. So as you can see right here, they're a little bit shorter, but the quality of these brushes is absolutely amazing. So I picked up the angled crease brush, which looks like this. Don't mind the fact that they're dirty. I was going to clean them, but I didn't. And then I also got the bronzer brush, which looks like this. And then I also got the flat powder brush. Oh, they're so dirty, which looks like this. I personally love using the bronzer brush for blush, the angled crease brush for my nose contour, and then the flat powder brush for my contour. So I think these brushes are so high quality, they feel amazing, and they're super affordable. So these brushes, definitely check them out if you stumble upon them at your local drugstore. They're amazing. And then I got another brush. This is the HoloLighter brush. I think they released their last assortment update, but I just think it's so cute. And I picked it up to use as a highlighter brush, which it does an amazing job at highlighting my face. It picks up the product very like pigmented because it is a synthetic brush. I will show you guys how it applies later on, but this is a beautiful brush for highlights. Speaking of highlight, I picked up 2 highlighters right here. So the first one is the Glow Like a Mermaid highlighter in the shade Forever Mermaid. So this is what it looks like, and then this is what it looks like on the inside. So I picked this up because it just looked fun, and I don't know, why not? It's cheap. If I don't like it, it's not the end of the world, but I actually think this is a beautiful highlight. It's a little bit on the more subtle side than what I would like. I will swatch it right here. So it is definitely noticeable, and it is still very wearable. Like, I was afraid this was going to be like too purple or too blue, but it is actually pretty wearable. So yeah, I really like this. It's a little bit too subtle for me, but it is beautiful, to my surprise, because I thought this would look crazy, but it actually doesn't. And then my #1 favorite thing out of this entire haul is the Glow to Go highlighter palette. This is in the shade Sunkissed Glow. This is what it looks like. This highlighter palette blew me away. These shades, I will swatch them right now, but these shades are absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. So I swatched it right here, but the pigmentation is right on point. They're super buttery and soft. I mean, oh, I love this palette. I usually mix these 2 shades right here together, so I will do it right now and apply a little bit on the tops of my cheekbones. But look at that. This brush is also like perfect. I can't believe this is only like less than €5 because look at that. That's just stunning. This palette, you need to pick it up. It is so gorgeous. Look at that. I love this. Oh, I forgot to mention with the brushes, I also picked up some brush sleeves. So this has 5 big ones and 5 small ones. I love to use brush sleeves when I let my brushes dry. That way they keep their shape. And yeah, I just really love brush sleeves, and I really needed some more, so I'm really happy that Essence finally released these as well. I haven't tried them out yet, to be honest, but they look really good. Essence also came out with a setting spray, and this is the Glow to Go Illuminating Setting Spray. If you guys saw that video where I tested this out, I don't like this, like, whatsoever. This is not a setting spray. My mom now spritzes this on her beauty blender to blend in her foundation, and using it that way she really likes it, but I personally am not a huge fan of this, so I just gave it to her to use it for that, because as a setting spray this is horrible. It like leaves all these like glittery parts on your face. It looks horrible. You guys will be able to see in that video. This is not a setting spray. I don't know what this is, but it's not a setting spray, I can tell you that. Alright, moving on to eyeshadow. I got the Essence Get Your Glitter On Glitter Primer. I am a huge fan of glitter primers, even when I'm not using glitter, but just any shimmery eyeshadow. The fact that glitter primers are so sticky makes the eyeshadow that you put on top of it very like pigmented and more foiled. But I have been using my NYX one in every single tutorial, so when I saw that Essence also released a glitter primer, I thought I would give it a try. That way I can switch it up in my videos. But I have to be completely honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this. When you apply it, it like slips and slides everywhere. It's just too liquid and the formula is just not great. However, the glitter really does stick to it, so that it really does a great job at. It's just not really easy to apply, so I still prefer my NYX glitter primer over this. It's not horrible, but it's just not really easy to apply. Going along with that, I picked up a loose glitter and a loose pigment. The loose glitter is in the shade Bedazzled and the loose pigment is in the shade Copper Queen. If I don't forget, I will insert a picture of these swatches because I don't want to open these. These are so freaking messy. Like, it's just, there's no sifter in here. If you open it, there's just glitter everywhere. But the glitter, I know that I really like it. I used it in that video and it is super pretty. The loose pigment I haven't actually tried out yet, but the swatches do look very promising. So yeah, so far I can definitely recommend the glitter, and I do think the pigment will be great as well. Then I also picked up an eyeshadow palette by Essence, and this is the Mermaid eyeshadow box in the shade My Shell Is My Castle. So this is what it looks like. I thought this would be so much fun, and I really love the colors in here. The quality is just really bad. I don't like this whatsoever. You guys will see in that video, it just didn't show up on my eyes, and even though these colors are pretty, I just don't see myself creating an entire eyeshadow look with this, so I don't recommend this. And I also got an eyeliner, and this is the eyeliner pen Long Lasting in the shade Mint Rebel. So this is what it looks like, but they have a bunch of like really pretty and fun colors. They also have a pink one that I really want, and yellow, and just a lot of fun colors, but I decided to start with the Mint Rebel. So it has a felt tip applicator, and I actually haven't applied it on my eyes yet, but this is what it looks like right here. So it's not like super pigmented, it has more of like a sheer finish, but it does look really pretty and it is noticeable, so I cannot wait to use it in the summertime. This will be so much fun to apply. I also think it will dry down to a matte finish, which is what I prefer in an eyeliner. Alright, then I also got a mascara and a lash primer. So this is the Volume Booster Lash Primer. So this is what it looks like, and then the actual lash primer is white. Now I thought this would like change my lash game, but it doesn't. This is just like an unnecessary step. It doesn't add anything, it doesn't do anything. It just takes up more time in your makeup routine, and I just think it's not necessary. The mascara on the other hand, I really like. This is the Super Curl Volume Mascara. So this is what the wand looks like right here. It is a more rubbery, spiky wand, and I really like this mascara. It's the one I'm wearing right now on my lower lash line. It doesn't smudge or budge throughout the day. It adds a lot of volume and length, which is why I really love this. It is a great mascara, and it's really affordable again. So if you're looking for a new mascara, I would highly recommend this one. Alright, then moving on to lips, I got a lip liner. This is the Essence Stay True 6 Hour Lip Liner in the shade Make Me Blush. Now with this lip liner, you can't really use too much pressure because it is so soft and creamy that it will just like break off very easily. But if you're really careful, this is a beautiful lip liner. The shade is absolutely stunning, and it is very long lasting as well. So I would highly recommend these lip liners, and Make Me Blush is a beautiful shade. So yeah, these are great lip liners. And I also got a liquid lipstick. This is the Color Boost Vinylicious Liquid Lipstick. The packaging, first of all, is super adorable. It comes with a wand. The shade is called Woody Rosy, and it is a beautiful rosy shade. It is the one I'm wearing on top of another lipstick, but it is mainly the color you see right here. Now even though this says liquid lipstick, it is basically a gloss, but it is a beautiful gloss. It doesn't have the best lasting power ever, but it does stay on my lips for a good like 2 hours. And again, the shade is beautiful and it has a beautiful like glossy finish. Then I also got a regular lipstick, and this is the Color Up Shine On lipstick in the shade number 11. Now this lipstick has more of a sheer formula, but I do really think the shade is gorgeous and it is definitely buildable. So you could just apply a very thin layer for it to look very sheer, or build it up to have a more like intense color, which is why I really love this. You can like adjust it the way you like it. And again, the shade is beautiful. I think I have an obsession with these kinds of shades right here, I'm pretty sure. And then lastly, I picked up a nail polish by Essence. This is the Mermaid Sprinkles Top Coat, and this is what it looks like right here. So this is in the shade Somewhere Beyond the Sea, and this is basically like a blue glittery like top coat that you could apply on top of your nail polish or just on its own. I haven't actually applied it on my nails yet, but I can't wait to use it. It looks so beautiful and so much fun. Alright, so my battery is about to die, but as I was saying, I cannot wait to actually apply this on my nails and see what it actually looks like. But it already looks so beautiful in the packaging, so yeah. Alright, and that actually wraps up this What's New at the Drugstore video. If you like this type of video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if there is one thing I could recommend, it is definitely the highlighting palette. That is definitely the number one thing I think you should pick up. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've tried out anything new by Essence or Catrice, definitely leave it down below in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys. And twice a year they update, and twice a year they my bracelet is stuck. And obsessed. Oh, I burped. After all these years,
say that it feels right.